What can I tell you? As time goes on, you're going to have hard days and bad days. When you decide to do something that's so big that it scares you, these are the times you're going to have to take action and trust your decisions. These are the times you're going to have to be like a boxer and move from one side and still throw a punch. These are the times you're going to have to stand up and do things that you may not want to do. It's not because you can't do it or shouldn't do it, you have to do it. When you change the way you think in life, your life will start to change so dramatically. These are the times your friends are not going to go where you go because their belief system is different than yours. I met a friend the other day. His exact words were me. He said, well, you got to have money to make money. If you believe that, it's going to be hard to make any money. How I know this is when you start studying the wealthy, you don't have to worry about how. You got to understand how they did it. Then you have to figure out what plan works for you, or maybe multiple plans. There's 4 ways to become wealthy: real estate, stocks, bonds, 5. Investing in stocks and bonds, also owning a business, and crypto. You can choose which one you want to do. My advice, sit down and figure out what you can do. You must always pay yourself out of every dollar you make. You should have a minimum of 6 months of expenses saved if you was to lose your job tomorrow. You should be looking for all forms of income to grow, not just one. And these are the people that are successful, and you wonder why. Well, I want to do this. I want to own that. I want to own that. You must understand assets and liabilities. You really need to study this hard to understand this. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. But some things money can't buy. Sometimes you're going to do things that's going to help somebody, and you're going to do it in a way that's not hurting anybody. My simple goal: make this heaven on earth and not wait for something that may not exist. Trust that everything is helping you to do this. Every decision that you make, even though you don't see it, even when you think you made a mistake, don't get mad. Don't go in a fight or flight mode. Instead, overcome it. Become the best version of you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, health-wise, emotionally for the rest of your life, and you watch magical things end. Remember, 666 is 6 carbon, 6 nitrogen, and 6 oxygen. This is what you're made of. You are truly made from the stars. Remember that your spirit dwells in your heart, mind, body, spirit. And if you're a Christian, the 3 Trinities, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You are that spirit. And it dwells in your heart. And it's a magnetic field that vibrates everything. When you understand that you are made of 60 trillion cells, 0.07 volts per cell, your heart actually feels, it's a science, and your mind is a 50 supercomputers, what is a transmitter and a receiver, and you get all your receiving, all your information from your subconscious. And if you will start asking the right questions and wait like a small child, you'll get your answers. Some call it the higher version of themselves. Some call it Buddha. Some call it Allah. Some of them call it some other name. It doesn't go by names. It goes by what you resonate. So this is where you're going to have to be disciplined. Your discipline means you can't watch TV 24 hours a day and expect to be wealthy. You cannot go out here and do things when you don't study. Studying and reading is going to keep you ahead of the game. Did you know if you read one book every month for 5 years that you'd be an expert on that subject alone in skills? Imagine if you were millionaires and billionaire skills every day. You made it your goal to listen to everything that could help you. This was your classroom, was your car every time you got in the car. Would you become a better version of yourself? What if you studied spirituality so deeply that you knew every word and you started to resonate with certain words? What if you made people's life better? And you literally had a class set up for that. What if you taught people how to open a business What if you took your skill that you had just retired from something, and maybe you was a teacher and you decided to teach online? I taught somebody this the other day. What if you had a business and you didn't know it, and you're going to go back to work because you think that's the only way? Only you can do this, by the way. I can teach you everything that I know, and it wouldn't help you until you take those steps. Remember, you can't walk 1,000 miles till you that first step. Get away from naysayers and people that say you can't do something. They will be your kryptonite if you were Superman. For some of you are Superwoman, Supergirl. Don't ever think you can't do something. Trust that something is always helping you. And as always, love yourself, for you truly are well loved. And if you want your dreams to come true, then you learn to fuel them, whatever they may be. Thank you and goodbye.